Pokemon Go. It's finally here and we have been waiting for this for such a long time. The app was an instant hit as soon as it was released, with more than 5 million downloads. But what's the story behind this app? Where did it all start and what happened after release? What kind of effects did this app have on the world? Well, relax and get yourself a drink. I will tell you the tale. It all started 5 years ago. Niantic set out on a path to change the way people interact with the world around them by creating the world's first real-world gaming platform. By exploiting the capabilities of smartphones and location technology and through building a unique, massively scalable server and global location database, they've helped users all around the world have fun, socialize and get more fit as they play and explore. The first real-world game has given millions of players an entirely new way to see the world around them, which brought them to their next adventure. The idea for Pokemon Go was conceived in 2014 by Iwata of Nintendo and Ishihara of the Pokemon Company as an April Fool's Day collaboration with Google called Pokemon Challenge, with Nomura at Google Maps, who then became a senior project manager at Niantic, at the center of the project. In 2015, Ishihara dedicated his speech at the game's announcement on September 10th to Iwata, who had died 2 months earlier. The decision to create the Go Plus rather than to create a smartwatch app was to increase uptake among players for whom a smartwatch is too expensive. On March 4, 2016, Niantic announced the Japan-exclusive beta test would begin later that month, allowing players to assist in refining the game before its full release. The beta test was later expanded to other countries. On April 7th, it was announced that the beta would also expand to Australia and New Zealand. Then, on May 16th, the sign-ups for the field test were open to the United States. The test came to an end on June 30. And now it's here! Pokemon fans and gamers can now start exploring their very own neighborhoods and cities to capture Pokemon using the Pokemon Go app. Players can now discover and catch more than 100 Pokemons from the original Red and Blue games. Take Pokemon into battle against other Pokemon at gyms. Uncover items including a variety of types of Pokeballs and eggs at pokestops. Hatch and train new Pokemon and way more. The game was released in Australia, New Zealand and the United States on July 6, 2016. Due to server strain from high demand upon release, Niantic stated that the release in most other regions was paused until they fixed the issues. On July 13, 2016, Pokemon Go was released in the United Kingdom and Germany for Android devices. Upon 24 hours after its release, Pokemon Go topped America's App Store's top grossing and free charts. In fact, the game has become the fastest game to top the App Store and the Google Play Store, beating Clash Royale. As of July 11, 2016, Pokemon Go has an estimated of 7.5 million downloads in the United States. It was installed on more than 5% of the Android devices in the US, according to SimilarWeb. In the week following the game's release, Australian servers had problems in Sydney, Melbourne and Brisbane due to the game's popularity. Investors were shocked by the response to the initial release of Pokemon Go on July 7, 2016, with Nintendo's share price rising by an initial 10%, and by July 11th, shares had risen to as high as 25%. Despite Nintendo only owning a 33% stake in the Pokemon franchise and will receive only 30% of the Pokemon Go sales revenue, the post-release share price rise amounted to increase in value an approximately $14.5 billion. The Financial Times believed that investors were speculating not on Pokemon Go as such, but on future Nintendo app releases being as successful as the company moves more into the mobile app market. An area that were historically reluctant to enter, in the belief it would damage its portable console sales. Nintendo plans to release 4 more smartphone app games by March 2017, and investors remarked that Pokemon Go showed Nintendo still has some of the most valuable character intellectual properties in the world, with franchises such as Super Mario, The Legend of Zelda and Metroid. By July 12, 2016, the average daily usage of the app on Android devices exceeded Snapchat, Tinder, Instagram and Facebook. Now, the reviews on the app were not as positive. Pokemon Go received mixed reviews, having an 86 out of 100 score on Metacritic. Pocket Gamer awarded it a score of 9 out of 10, saying despite its problems, Pokemon Go is an immensely enjoyable experience. Terry Schwartz of IGN praised its effectiveness in promoting physical exercise. And most other reviews were not that positive, ranging from 2 out of 5 to 7 out of 10. Now, besides a lot of fun, Pokemon Go also creates some problems. On launch day, the Northern Territory Police Fire and Emergency Services reminded players to look up away from their phone and look both ways before crossing the street. Furthermore, the app has led players to assemble near strangers' homes, as in the case when a Pokemon gym was placed near a church converted to a house. Other incidents include minor fall injuries and armed robberies. The game also sparked complaints from Dutch company ProRail, who said that players had entered their railway tracks. And Auschwitz State Museum in Auschwitz, who said that players playing the game in the museum dishonor the Holocaust victims. This was echoed by the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum, who advised against playing the game in the location and requested removal of the pokestops found in the museum building. The Darwin police station in Australia demanded players not to enter the station to catch Pokemon, while the Silverton Fire District revealed that players who drive around the station or stop in restricted area to catch Pokemon with the game have become an obstacle to the work of their firefighters, causing inconveniences. So Pokemon Go is a lot of fun, and they have been working very hard on this game, but it also causes a lot of problems. We'll just have to wait and see how this turns out. How amazing, you watched the entire video? If you want to watch more, click the annotations on the screen right now, or in the upper right corner, and if you don't want to miss anything, then just subscribe.